Hey there. It is so important as you are transitioning to a new city to find a new church home. I am Dr. Angela Crutchfield, and I have recently relocated back home to Memphis, Tennessee. Welcome to my channel. I'm not only going to share and continue to share about the transition, but also the importance of really highlighting the goodness of Memphis. But one key thing as you transition is finding a church. If you have a spiritual core, that's up to you. But for me, I do. So I've been visiting different churches and just visited New Liberty Church. And it's been really a very good day for me so far. Happy that I actually came here. I'm going to go do a few other things today. One is to also go by my old childhood home, and I want to tell you all about something which is a core spiritual connection for me. So after I leave here, I'm going to go run a few errands, but then I want to go by my old house that I grew up in, and I want to again give you some goodness, because I know everything that I do has a spiritual core. Even when I don't get it right every day, I trust Him, I seek Him, I wait on Him. Well, I don't always wait. Sometimes I'm impatient, right? We don't get it right every day, but we try, right? So I definitely try. So for me, being back in Memphis, there is really a true spiritual connection. And to be able to tell you about that is really, really an important thing. I didn't want to come back to Memphis. It really wasn't on my list of to-dos, but obviously there was a different plan from a higher power. So I want to tell you about it, okay? We're talking all things Memphis. And I tell you, one important thing in Memphis that you'll see a lot of, you'll see churches everywhere and a lot of spirituality in this city, even though a lot of people negatively talk about the challenges in this city. And there are challenges for sure. But I was just so blown away by seeing all of the younger people who actually came down and joined the church today. That was really powerful to see, especially in light of the negative energy that you sense or see on media, social media, on the news, or just the things you hear about the younger generations. And they are trying, and they are doing what they can to find their goodness and find their right path. So that was good to see. But I want to tell you one key spiritual thing for me and why I'm in Memphis. Welcome to Memphis Reimagined, a captivating YouTube channel documenting the heartfelt journey of me, a woman returning to my hometown after 34 years. Join us as we rediscover Memphis through fresh eyes, exploring its rich culture, vibrant neighborhoods, and dynamic community. From nostalgic reunions to new beginnings, each episode offers an uplifting blend of nostalgia, discovery, and personal growth. Get ready to laugh, learn, and fall in love with Memphis. Well, hey there, everybody. I am now walking in front of the home I grew up in, and I was already having a pretty emotional day, and I went to church and feel really good about my experience with the church, but just such a heavy emotional state. I'm really going to try my best to get through this video without tears, because I look at this house behind me and it brings me to tears to see it looking the way that it looks, and knowing I don't even know who owns it now. And I think it's, it's really sad. So my mother left Memphis in 2010, sold the house and moved to Nashville. And, so the house has changed hands, I think, a number of times. And I don't know, I'm trying to figure out something for it. But I knew that from a spiritual perspective, I was supposed to be relocating back to Memphis. And that was something that have a spiritual core. I'm not perfect, got issues, but God is still my foundation. So for me, God told me a few years ago that I was supposed to be in Memphis and doing a lot of the things that I'm supposed to do, and I should be home based in Memphis. And I didn't, listen. I did make the move to Tennessee. I'm thinking Nashville. Yay, I'll go to Nashville. So I was in Nashville for a couple of years, still traveling a lot. I lived in Massachusetts for about 16 years, and then I relocated back to Nashville and was doing a lot of back and forth commuting, and I still am commuting quite a bit. But I knew that I was supposed to be here. So a couple of other things have happened that triggered me coming here, and I'll tell you about that in a different video. But I had not settled in my spirit that I was going to actually be here, even though I had already started the transition. And one day, one of my sisters and I, we came here to the house, and we were just sitting out front reminiscing, talking about things and saying, oh, I wonder if our names are still in the driveway and all of those things. And because we put our names in the driveway years ago when my dad had gotten the driveway repaved, and we were able to write our names. And I'm going to go look today. The last time we were here, there was a car or something in the driveway. There's nothing there now, so I'm just going to walk up there and at least look. But while we were sitting here, my sister said, Angie, why don't you get out and go look and see if there's any mail in the mailbox? Now, mind you, the mailbox has, the door is open on the mailbox. Oh, wow, there's some mail in there now. Oh, goodness, I'm going to look and check it out. But she said, go look in the mailbox. And I tell you, to our surprise, I'm the one that gets out of the car, and I'm the one that goes to check the mail. And to our surprise, there was one piece of mail in the mailbox, addressed to me from Humana. I have nothing to do with Humana, but it was addressed to me to this address. And mind you, I haven't lived here in over 35 years now. My mother has not lived here since 2010. There's no reason for any of us as Crutchfields to get mail here. But me in particular, knowing that this has not been my resident. I've lived in Los Angeles, California. I've lived in Boston area, several different addresses. I've lived in Nashville twice. Why would I be getting a piece of mail at this address in Memphis, Tennessee? So it was a sign, a clear sign for me that, you know what, you're supposed to be home. And that's what I got out of that. And that is a huge reason why I'm here. But I want to take a look and see what's in this box now, by the way. Let's see if any of this is addressed to any of us. Nope, I don't know any of those names on there. So not my family. So let's walk up the drive a little. Let's see if, pray for me, my praying folks, because I don't know what I'm doing walking up here, but I want to just see if we can see anything on this driveway that resembles our names up here. I can't tell. I mean, it's years and years and years ago, but I'm going to try and see. Wow, I see I can see a little bit. Let's see. See a little bit on there. I see the T. I see the T. C-R-U-T. I see the T and the C. Oh goodness, I can see a little bit. Not a whole lot, but I can definitely see a little bit over here. I don't know if any of you can see that, but I see a T and I see a C, so there's probably an H after that. So yeah, a little bit. Goodness, we can see a little bit. This is wild to me though, to see this. Look at this. Wow. If any of my family or close friends see this, you'll know that is not what our house looked like growing up. But it's just, it's one of those things. I have a picture of my dad sitting right there on those little steps with my son. My son was my dad's first grandson, and he was so proud. My son was born in 1998, and that was his first grandson after having had, four daughters. Five girls, four of us raised in the house with my parents in a 2-parent household. And for my son to come along and be his first grandson, it was golden. And my dad passed in 1999. So he had an opportunity to spend a lot of time with Jonathan, and my son was able to spend a lot of time here in the house with my mom and dad because I traveled a lot. I was a consultant, a trainer, traveling the country doing trainings and seminars, and whenever I would travel, leaving Los Angeles, I would leave LA and I would come here to Memphis and bring my son, and my parents would keep him for me while I traveled, and that was for the first year of my son's life. And that was the last year of my dad's life. So that was a pretty emotional thing to think about as I, think about and look at that porch and see where my dad would sit with my son. And he had a good time, and actually took him to get his first haircut. That was such a special time. And there used to be homes behind me directly across the street from us, the Williams family. There were 2 homes there. They used to sit on their porch. You couldn't even see them because they had these trees all in front. Not those weeds there now, but we would know they were there because you would hear somebody cough and you would know that they were there. And I look around this street. We played on these streets. There were homes here. There was a home right over here. The mums, the Williams family home was there, and it's an empty spot there. There was also someone that we used to call the Market Man. He Mr. Wright, if I remember correctly, drive around Market Man, and have vegetables and fruit, and you would buy it off the back of his truck. Just so many memories of our childhood friends, Sharonda and Paris and others. It's just really many memories of us on this street. The street used to not go all the way through years and years ago. And we used to play right out here in this street. When I tell you, hopscotch, we played it. Jumping a rope, we did. A couple of folks would double dutch. Now, I wasn't a double dutcher, but I knew how to jump rope back then. We did it all. Foursquare. We rode our bikes. We drank water out the water hose. We did it all. And we knew all the families. Everybody knew each other on this street. There were other homes all around. And there was also just down the street at the end of the block, that little building down across the street was a hamburger stand called the Malt Shop, or Meljes Malt Shop. And everybody loved that place. Everybody loved that place. And you could get the best burgers and shakes. And I even, in my high school years, had an opportunity to work there. And I was one of the only people outside of the family that worked there. So these are just amazing memories of my childhood in Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah. And so many memories, I tell you, so many memories of playing out here on this street, and all of the friends that we had growing up. I can see them now. We even had someone who would whistle all the time. He had a little whistle tune. So anymore, I probably could if I tried really hard, because everyone knew the whistle. This man, Mr. I can't remember his name, but he whistled every day, all day, the same tune. He would just whistle. He lived in a home that used to be right over here, which was just to, if you're facing our house, just right to the left of our house. There were like little small homes right here where people lived. Now it's just a bunch of weeds. Remember, if you look at the front of the house, some people didn't know this, or people today probably wouldn't know. This wall was not there. The little piece that's right up here, that used to be the steps. So the steps used to come down to the front of the house. Well, the city decided that they were going to put in sidewalks. These sidewalks were not always here. And so when they did that, my dad just put up those wrought iron bars. So like a little fence was across the front and the side. It's so funny. I see a little remnant of that right there. Yeah, that's a piece of where the little metal used to be, where my dad put that up, and it matched the door because we had the wrought iron doors. And so it's changed clearly a lot, obviously, but that was way back in many years ago when we were really little. But we had the rail up for a long time as well. But so coming down the side became the new norm, and then they built out the little platform up here. And that became the way we would get in and out of the house. But I tell you, these trees, by the way, these trees in the backyard, oh my goodness, I cannot even believe it's still standing. That cottonwood tree, that tree gave my dad misery. I'll tell you why. Allergies. My dad would get out and cut the yard. You probably can't see the full yard back there, but the yard goes way, way back. So it goes back all the way to the, it's like almost like it's a double lot almost. And my dad would have a lawnmower, a riding lawnmower, and he would ride and cut the yard. He would get off work, come home, wear one of those little masks like we wore during the pandemic. My dad used to wear that and cut the yard. And he would come in, and you knew when he was done because he would come in and he would immediately start sneezing. Sneeze, 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 sneeze to get all of that out. And then he would, shower, take a bath and all that stuff. But, those cottonwood trees, they give you a little bit of drama with the allergies, right? And there's not a lot of cottonwood flying around now, but it will be at some point. And that can be a bit challenging. I think there's something in there now. My nose is starting to run. But I tell you, just memories. And, a lot of times people say, oh, that's an unsafe neighborhood. And it might be now. I mean, we grew up here and it wasn't an unsafe neighborhood for us growing up. So I don't feel unsafe because this is home. And I'm happy to be here and, again, spending this kind of time. And I tell you, coming back by this house and getting this piece of mail in the mailbox, it just all comes together for me. Even though I never thought I would be here, I am here. And I want to be a part of the positive energy in Memphis. I want to be a part of any positive change. And that's who I am, and that's what I try to do. And again, this was a very challenging day for me because I had a lot of negative energy that I'm having to kind of release and deal with today. But I'm overcoming that. And I'm really, really still excited about being here in Memphis. I'm excited about the opportunity to connect with so many different people and to also share with you the goodness of Memphis, Tennessee. The Bluff City, baby. I'm loving being back here and getting to know so many different people and having conversations. So please continue to check out my videos. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Be sure to like, be sure to share, and I would love to hear your comments. Tell me somewhere I should go in Memphis. I want to go and visit different places in Memphis that I've not been to. So please shoot me a message. I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. All right, bye. I'm going to find me something to eat in Memphis. I might get me some barbecue. Bye, everybody.